Welcome back to our YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for your continued support. Now, leaders gathered to pay their last respect to the fallen hero, Raila Odinga. Now, one of the very long-time friends to Raila Odinga is the former Nigerian president, Olusegun Obasanjo. This is the man who broke the news that Raila was going to contest for the African Union Commission seat. They've been together through the journey. He couldn't miss. Now, as leaders were giving their last tribute, we expected that what brought people there was to eulogize Raila and empathize with the family of Raila Odinga. But we all know that Raila is also a politician. And so politics was going to follow him to the grave. But if there is one shameful moment that shocked even Olusegun Obasanjo, who flew all the way from Nigeria to witness people recounting the journeys that they have walked with Raila Odinga, how Raila had shaped the politics of the country, they decided to turn that arena into, a campaign platform. Because leaders, especially from the ODM fraternity, had gone there with one agenda: to campaign for William Ruto in 2027. And William Ruto had sent his cabinet secretaries to ensure that they deliver one message. Of course, it was expected that Raila had left us in the government and we are not leaving. Be that as it may, I don't think it was the right arena. And I want you to watch this as leaders fight it out, campaigning for William Ruto in a very wrong forum, at a very wrong time, which to me was disrespect to the Odinga family.
As a community, Your Excellency, and I want to tell you this, don't be shaken. As a community, there is something we believe in, that a leader, before he dies, a leader knows his death, but he doesn't talk about his death. He will show his people, before he dies, what he wants to be done. He will show his people where to take everything that he has. Raila showed us, before he died, that he wanted us to be in government. As a community, as a party, we will be in broad-based government. We will support broad-based government. We will work with you.
Mbadi said here that he has never betrayed Raila. I want to tell Mbadi, you're not on your own. Mimi, I have never betrayed Raila. Akiwa hai, and I assure you, I will not betray his cause hata akienda mbele ya haki. I assure you. And some of us, mimi, siwezi kuwa mahali ambaye Raila kunipeleka. Tuelewane? Siwezi kuwa mahali ambaye Raila hakunipeleka. And I must say it today here, I was taken to government of William Ruto by Raila Amolo Odinga. And Your Excellency, that is where I belong and that is where I shall stay.
Ya mwisho aliniambia Bwana Paranoia, don't burn bridges. There are no permanent friends in politics. There are no permanent enemies in politics. And that's why I have decided to take you to the government under Mheshimiwa William Ruto. Na yeye amesema, wakati nilikutana na yeye mwisho, alisema, nilikuwa na senator wa Migori, na alisema sisi tutakaa kwa broad-based government na tuunge mkono Mheshimiwa William Ruto, na hapa ndio tutakuwa na tutaendelea kuwa hapo.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, we are in a democratic country, and everyone has a reason and every right to belong to the government or to the opposition. But I was not really happy when they paraded themselves shouting on why they should remain in government. That was not the right forum. I mean, was the world ending today? We still have very many other days ahead of us, because right now, as the cabinet secretaries, they are supposed to be looking into what is happening in their ministries. They are not supposed to start telling us because we know. So to me, that was disrespect. They should wait for another forum. Why they hurry? What do they fear? Number two, how can someone convince me that the Raila really wanted ODM to support William Ruto up to 2027 and beyond? Because in his last speech, Raila had questioned those who were supporting other parties, and they were saying, who told you that ODM will not produce a presidential candidate? In fact, it was still not known whether ODM was going to produce a candidate, whether ODM was going to support William Ruto, or Raila was going to endorse someone from the opposition. In fact, if you listen to street politics, some even try to relate Raila's death to the very last speech where he had said that ODM might produce a presidential candidate. So for someone to start campaigning and telling us that, Raila wanted to support William Ruto, all we know, and Raila had continued to say that he's not in government, he only gave Ruto some people. He was never very, very open about it. Number two, these leaders, with all due respect, must understand that there is only one Raila Amolo Odinga. And the kind of respect that he commands or he commanded cannot be matched, is unmatched to any other leader. And so, if Raila wanted to convince people to join William Ruto, there are people who never wanted William Ruto. But because of Raila, they would compromise. Let them understand that they are not in the caliber of Raila Amolo Odinga, and no one will listen to them. What they must do today, instead of shouting and trying to intimidate people, what they need to do is to work and tell William Ruto to ensure that he stops corruption. Tell William Ruto to do away with the controversial bill that he signed immediately Raila died. William Ruto will come to us at the right time, because William Ruto has continued to say that alipewa mtihani na najua huo mtihani. So if William Ruto works well, then the Kenyans will judge for themselves. Luos will judge. ODM, supporters will judge. It is not for them to come in a forum where people are paying Raila their last tribute to Raila, then they start campaigning for William Ruto. Let me tell you, any leader who is in a position today, who has been given a chance to work for the people, must not campaign now. Matendo yake ndio tutangalia ulitufanyia nini. It will be a chance to tell us, this is what we have done, I've done for you in the very few years that you gave me, the 5 years. Please, I have achieved this. I had challenges on this, and please give me another chance to implement this. But when you start, campaigning now, something is wrong. Number 3, these leaders are fighting for their own good, personal fortune. Let me ask you, if William Ruto wakes up today and he sacks Joho and Paranoia and Mbadi and maybe Opiyo and I, will they still come and tell us that, Raila wanted us to be in government, so let us be in government? They will not. In fact, they will say how Raila had told them in private that they were going to leave Ruto by 2017, and endorse someone or pick on another candidate. So all that they are saying is kulinda unga. Kulinda unga. In fact, by now, it is going to be very difficult to tell Mbadi or Paranya to leave the government, to resign from their positions. You see, had Raila been alive, if Raila calls Mbadi or Joho and Oparanya tells them, guys, this guy hatuoni kama anatupeleka vizuri, resign from your positions, they will do it with immediate effect. But right now, do you think there is any other leader who can command all those former governors and former MPs to resign from their cabinet positions? No one. So they are fighting for their own fortunes. I think we need to give the family time to mourn without playing any politics. There is time for everything. Even the Bible says there is going to be political activities, vibrant political activities in Nyanza. Already I understand that Uburu is going to lead a delegation from, Luo Nyanza Council of Elders, Luo Nyanza businessmen, and even Luo Nyanza MPs to meet with William Ruto. And they are going to discuss the security of their MP, the ministers who had been appointed, because there's a looming reshuffle owing to the fact that Gideon Moi is coming in with these people, and they want William Ruto to assure them that all the projects that were promised will be revived the way William Ruto had said. Ruto also is very intimidated somehow, is really paranoid. He feels that Kalonzo can come to Nyanza and ask them to support him. Since William Ruto has got some weak areas and gray areas, people don't really trust him. For example, when he signed a bill that allows him to pull down the social media handle, that was very fishy. When people were killed in Kasarani, that was a warning bell. There are very many things that people are still talking about, and some are not very sure whether William Ruto is the right man to support towards 2027. And so that is why William Ruto is scared, and so he starts these campaigns very early. He parades the cabinet positions as a dangling carrot, but I have a feeling that these positions only benefit the individuals who are working there. The time for campaigns will come, and every individual will decide. This time round, I don't think someone is going to decide on behalf of a nation, Kura ni siri, and let William Ruto work for Kenyans so that when the right time comes, he will come and showcase what he has done. We are not just going to follow someone because someone wanted or because some people want. No. And if you are genuinely supporting William Ruto, you will resign from the cabinet positions and tell us, sisi tuko kwa government tuendelee na kazi. I think that was shameful, and dignitaries, including Olusegun Obasanjo, was just wondering what kind of disrespect to Raila Odinga, of disrespect to the family, to turn a burial ceremony into a campaign mode.